I had to drain the pool again. We changed the motor, we changed the hydraulic lines, we changed the oil, we changed the filter. It was running. I went to check for leaks. I came back. Everything is still running. The current was 0. I checked the solenoid. I checked the hose inside the oil. I checked to make sure the solenoid was functioning. I actually cracked open, had the lid to the reservoir cracked open while I turned it on, and the transfer line wasn't leaking. And then I checked for the solenoid. I checked all the troubleshooting guide, but I went a step further to see that it was opening and closing, and I actually watched the fluid recirculate back into the reservoir from the solenoid to circulation tube, and then I also watched it turn back off. So everything was working. So I'm to the point where the propellers broke because the new motor, the keyway, something happened to the keyway. All right, the moment of truth. Yeah, completely destroyed it. That's crazy. But I thought so. Let's see what the other side did. They all completely broke. That's crazy. So this is my conclusion on why the blades broke. I checked them, all the blades stayed on each side of the motor, so one didn't somehow go over and break the other ones. They were just too weak for the new motor, and as you can see, they have this weird bend in them. I don't think that's normal, but you can also see it's clear on this side. They are just degrading with time, because if you rub them, you can see that it's coming off. So these, I believe these are just degrading. They became too weak with the brand new motor, and they flexed into the housing, just chopping themselves off. All right, we're doing the propellers today. They broke with the new motor, completely sheared off every single one of them. First thing, I'm going to take off these supports. Just take out these screws, and then I'll just turn it sideways and pull it out. See, there's the blades. They bent backwards and they smacked into here. Do the same on the opposite side. Now we got to take off this bracket. In the instructions, it shows us taking off the other side because they're doing the motor as well. Got the 6 screws. Looks like we only have one bonding wire up top there. Alright, so there's these 6 screws and this bracket comes off, and then there's a bolt that we take off for the shaft. Alright, see, we also have 2 washers. 2 new washers came with it. All the new hardware, 2 washers, 2 bolts. It appears the bolt isn't long enough to even set into the poly nylon washer up there, because it was like that, which isn't good, because without it being fully seated, it's going to come off. It hasn't, but bolts are slightly tapered at the very tip, so if you're sitting at the tip, that nylon is not doing its job, just like it was here. Watch, I'll show you. I'll put it back on. All right, exactly where it was. That's it. There's the butt. So someone mentioned in the comments that they lost a bolt. Well, that would definitely be the cause. It needs to be like a 1/4 inch longer. Okay, we got the bolt out. This side, this is the non-drive side. This side doesn't have the motor, and there's a non-drive and a drive. See, it's labeled non-drive, so the non-drive will go on this side. So they redesigned. It's different completely. I mean, everything about it. This is thinner, so the new bolts are going to work just fine, it appears, because this is the diameter is a lot thinner here than there, so I think that's better. But they changed the material of the blades, it looks like. So, and when they go on, obviously the bolt, there's only a hole on one side, so the bolt goes out, and this is the non-drive, and they're opposing because they're on opposite sides, so they both need to pull water from different directions. And I believe I could do this without detaching the motor from the hoses. I definitely don't want to detach the motor from the hoses. I might loosen this up. I'll put something in the bottom below the motor so I can rest the bracket on it instead of resting it on the liner. First thing on this side, loosen these up, freeze up our hoses. Now we will do all 6 of the screws. All right, so since we have the other propeller off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide this one forward off the key. I'm going to take the key out. I'll put it back on the motor shaft. Now I can turn this so I can get to access this bolt, so I can take this bolt off. All right, got the nut off. Spin. Trying to get the bolt off. It seems stuck in there. Got the bolt off. All right, now the shaft is completely free. This is only going to work without taking this off if it's broken. You're going to take this bracket, move the motor, but that's what I'm going to do to get the new propeller on. So, got the drive propeller. So we're going to check these propellers. So here's the original. It went this way. We can see where the key was on the front. That was definitely the back. You can see which way the blades are facing. The new one only has 1 hole. So the old one has 2 bolt holes. This one only has 1. So we want the hole in the back. So there's the hole in the back. So if we're holding them side by side, the propellers are the same. And it's thicker in front and thinner in back. See, if we flip them around, the propellers are still facing the same way, but the thin part is in front. So, there we go. Hole in the back on the drive side. Unscrew all 6 screws and the bonding wire. We're going to leave just 1 in until the very last. So we'll leave this top one in until we get all the others out. So be careful. The bonding wire I had here, it just sprung back underneath the bench. See, it sprung all the way back here. Alright, so here's my plan. I got all the screws out except for this top one here. I'm going to unscrew this one. I'm going to set the corner of the bracket right there on that propeller blade, the broken one. There it is, sitting on the propeller blade. Make sure we go in the right way here. Put it on the shaft. When you get this propeller blade in here, make sure, let's see if we can see this, zoom in. We have the hole for the propeller up top, and you see how I have the shaft with the hole right behind it? So that's how we know we're gonna take the hole from the shaft and line it up perfectly with the hole for the propeller. Take our bolt, 1 washer. So if you can get the motor to come over here a little bit, get a little more angle, you can get the propeller to come out a lot further. So I'll shift screwing back in there. Now we can go and do, we can get this key on there. We can get this up. On the other side, there's no support, so we can actually put some screws back in. I got a top and a bottom one, 90%. Now we can, it was already almost there. Now the propeller, since we're all square, slide it on with the key. All right, we're gonna take our non-drive. This one, the bolt was in the front. So I'm gonna double check this one. Bolts in the front, bolts in the front. Propellers going the same way, the thick part's at the front. There's a bolt hole. We got the bolt hole here. New bolt. Washer nut. Tighten it down. Alright, so before you start putting the bolts in, add some anti-seize to the threads. Because stainless steel is known for galling, I know this, but for some reason on these two I just didn't do it because it doesn't gall all the time. But just my luck, the one on this side galled, and as you can see, it stuck and it broke. I had to break it off because stainless steel is known for galling and it will weld itself together. And it welded itself together and it didn't even get all the way down. So I had to go get a new one. So anti-seize will prevent the galling or something like that. So back to it. So we're back for the bracket. We got two new polyurethane bushings, washers. Those go first. Bracket goes back on. Make sure we got it pressed all the way against the motor. %, 90%. Don't forget your bonding wire. Doesn't really matter which hole it goes in, as long as it fits, has enough length. Right now that we got all the screws in, 90%, we hand tighten. I hand tighten almost everything I do because it prevents the over tightening of the screw. We don't need to strip these out. Impacts can put down 100 to 100 plus foot-pounds of pressure or torque, and we don't need no 100 foot-pounds. We only need a few foot-pounds. So all 6 are in. Don't forget we had 2 bonding wires. Remember the one shot behind there, we had to retrieve it. All done there. We're gonna take out a little piece that protected our liner from punctures. Everything's hand tightened. We're gonna give the propeller a kind of a, you can't really turn it that much, but make sure it's not spinning freely, because if it's spinning super free on the shaft, that means we forgot the keyway, or the keyway fell out. And that is super tight. That means it's turning the motor and not turning on the shaft. Now we will get our hoses situated. Tighten it. Then a little smidge with the pliers. Don't forget our support bars. Stick it in there. And we'll turn it into place. There we go. 90%. Hand tighten. Repeat on the other side. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take off all the bench covers. and I'm going to check for debris, because it's possible that a piece went underneath, so I'm just going to check for debris. And then we are ready to fill it back up.